Temu is literally just a big scam. Now, on the surface, it seems like Temu is just a regular old, fast growth startup offering insanely low prices just to get some more market share. But believe me when I tell you, it's an evil company. And to understand why it's such an evil company, let me tell you who actually owns it. On their website, it says that it was founded in Boston, USA, but that cannot be further from the truth. Well, technically, yes, legally, its headquarters are in Boston. It actually originates from halfway across the world in China. Who could have guessed? Pretty much, Temu is just a massive reskin of Pinduoduo, which was founded over the pandemic to capitalize off of the online shopping trend. But as with any Chinese company, it seems like it is very unethical for many reasons. First of all, it's a very bad working environment. On Glassdoor, Pinduoduo has 2.6 stars, with only 19% of the employees saying they would be willing to recommend working for that company to a friend. But there is more. They are known for data mining, and what this means is they take way too much data. They literally had a whole team in their company dedicated to break in Android, and this actually caused Google to take them down from the Play Store. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, Pinduoduo isn't the same company as Temu technically, right? So maybe Temu doesn't use these practices. Well, some of the employees that were in that team who tried to break Android now work at Temu. So I think it's safe to say they're employing the same tactics as they did in China. And because they reached their maximum kind of market share they could get in China, they went global to get even more data, and particularly they targeted the US because US consumer data is insanely valuable. Okay, if they're so unethical, how did they get so popular? How come pretty much everyone's got Temu? Well, it's a very simple story. They're trying to cover up their unethical side by abusing people's trust towards influencers, YouTubers, and even the Super Bowl. If you're American watching this, you probably found out about Temu by watching the Super Bowl, which was just the beginning of their very aggressive marketing. As I said, they had massive brand deals with lots of TikTokers and YouTubers. For example, on TikTok, there's lots of Temu shopping hauls showing, how cheap everything is. I'm sure these YouTubers got paid tens of thousands directly from Temu, but smaller influencers are pointed towards Temu's affiliate program, which promises to give people up to 20% commission, which is a lot, as well as other bonuses. Which, look, I understand, but when you advertise Temu to your audience, you put them in danger of falling for these scams, whether it's fake products or other scams. Now, this kind of marketing isn't really new. Other similar companies like Shein have been doing it for a while, where they fly out influencers to their factories, and so the influencers that get paid to show the quote-unquote ethical side of Shein make Shein bigger, which means more and more Chinese workers get exploited. And it's sad to say the same thing's happening with Temu. Now, another way that Temu got so big is through their, dare I say, MLM, which is like a pyramid scheme structure. This is how I found out about it. Probably about 6 weeks ago, a friend of mine texted me a link to sign up to Temu, and he said, please download this. If I get enough downloads, I'll get a free monitor. Now, personally at the time, I googled Temu and I just thought it's a scam, so I didn't download it. But I know a lot of my friends who got that link did download it, which makes them susceptible to all the scams on Temu. And that's not to mention all the games on Temu that are literally just a scam. The whole point of them is to be really addicting, so you come back to the app and potentially buy stuff. But all the games themselves follow a very similar structure, where when you start, everything seems like you're gonna get a prize easily, but the closer you get to it, the harder the game gets, or the longer it takes to get points or whatever. But then you look at the tab where it says invite friends, and it says that if you invite 20 friends, you can get the prizes for free. Suddenly it gets much easier, so you obviously just send the link to your friends hoping that they will download it. So now that I've told you who owns Temu and how they got so big, let me tell you about the actual scam that Temu is. I mean, first of all, many customers have reported very slow delivery times, terrible customer service, and overall low quality products, which obviously is expected from a company who cuts so many costs. There's a reason why they can charge so low prices. An example of the low quality products are just full out fake products, which in my opinion is a scam, because if you go on their website, for example, you search up Jordans on Temu, they will come up and it seems kind of legit, especially if you're a younger person who just wants some Jordans. So you buy it, and when you receive it, it's completely fake. Another example is the $7 Nintendo Switch, which is obviously a scam, but if you're like 13 years old, you think it's legit, so you just buy it. But honestly, that's the least of the scam. They also literally sell your data to pretty much anyone who would pay. Many people have started getting much more spam emails ever since signing up to Temu. Some people even experienced their credit card or debit card details getting stolen, and then they noticed that small amounts of money every day were leaving their bank account. I mean, this is serious stuff and it's literally illegal, and the fact that this app is still up is crazy to me. As I said before, they also gather way too much information about you that they don't need, which can be accessed by Pinduoduo and in turn the Chinese government. Since in China, when a company becomes big enough, they partially get taken over by the Chinese government, meaning they can see everything inside the business. Also, being real, even if all the products were real, they're literally just trash that you might use once and then you'll throw away, which is terrible for the planet. So, overall, I have a theory. I don't think Temu is a retailer. Temu, in my opinion, is just a really big data mining company who will do anything to get the most data possible. And since US customer data is the most valuable, Temu decided to make a massive marketplace offering very cheap prices to get as many people as they can on their website. And so I think Temu will either shut down when they think they've got enough data because they're not economically viable at the current prices, or if the data is valuable enough, they'll just stay up. Or I mean, they might just get banned by the US government, just like they tried with TikTok.